Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of ChinaTech, and if you're after a cheap USB-C hub, then this might just be the one for you. I bought this off Amazon. I think it cost me somewhere like $30, and this is the Novoo, I think I'm saying that right, the Novoo USB-C hub. So you can see at one end we've just got a single USB-C connector, and at the other we have this little hub here. We've got an SD card, a micro SD card, two USB 3.0 ports, as well as an HDMI port. So as some of you might know, I actually bought this to pair up with my new MacBook Air because the MacBook Air isn't exactly known for its selection of ports. But this isn't actually new like some of the other things. I've actually been using this for almost 3 months now. So I just want to quickly give you my sort of thoughts and opinions and whether or not you should buy this or a different USB-C hub. So there is actually a lot to like about this budget USB-C hub. The first thing I'd say is actually probably the color. You can see it actually matches my MacBook Air really well. It's maybe not exactly the same shade of space gray, but it is so close that it is almost unnoticeable that it matches up really well, and it's just a minor thing, but I think it is actually one sort of big bonus. Sometimes I've seen hubs that have claimed to match, they'll say they're space gray and you'll put them next to, one of the laptops or something, and they are definitely not. So it is good to see something that can actually live up to its claims, and it actually does match the colors. For some people, that will be the difference. So I can safely say that I think it does match really well. Another is just the overall build quality. You can hear this is actually made out of a nice metal. Aluminium, I imagine, unlike some of the plasticky ones I have seen. At this end, you can see we've got a nice looking connector, whether that's gold plated or not, I don't know, but this connector here is metal as well. You have a nice thick cable. It doesn't have the best insulation, maybe just this sort of rubbery one, but hopefully it will hold up. Maybe don't bend it too much, but you do need that thick cord to carry all the data that will be coming from the actual hub. So you can see we have these two slots here, which are just, nicely milled in. It's a nice finish on the actual body. You can just run your hand along and it's not going to catch. We do have these SD card, micro SD card slots, which are nice. These two USB 3.0 ports, not Thunderbolt 3 though, just USB 3.0 ports as far as I'm aware. And we also do have a display output. This is an HDMI output. I'm not actually sure myself whether it's HDMI 2.0 or just 1.4 or 1.2 or whatever, but I've tried it on a monitor. I'll show you with actually everything connected, which is a plus. You can connect every single port, fill every single port up and connect a display, and it will actually, function as a hub. And yeah, you can see it's not the biggest. Obviously, it does add something extra to the laptop itself, but for what it is, I think, it fits into your hand. As you can see, you can just chuck it into a bag. Honestly, it's really easy to just throw this in with you wherever you're going. If you can take your laptop, you can probably take this with you. So although maybe it's not ideal, you can get just single port adapters. This is a bit bigger than those, but for what you get, you're getting all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ports for, a decent package. Now this hub isn't perfect though. There is one big negative that I'd actually like to mention, which is that this hub gets very, very hot to the touch. So when I'm transferring data, even if it's literally just one USB plugged into here or one SD card once I've been taking photos, if I'm copying and pasting stuff from it, you can feel that this hub gets very warm very quickly. Plugging in a display as well does exactly the same thing. It is very hot to the touch, and once I'm finished with it, I might not even throw it straight into my bag. I normally just, try and leave it out to cool down a bit because I'm a bit worried about just putting something that hot in. So it's not like I've actually, burnt myself touching or anything, but it does get quite warm, which is a bit worrying. You don't want those electronics inside getting extremely hot, otherwise they'll just cook. But at the end of the day though, it doesn't get, dangerously hot or anything. It may be a bit uncomfortable, but you can live with it. And considering all the features you get, you get a nice design, a metal build, you get 5 different ports, you can plug in your SD cards, USBs, and get a display out as well. I think this USB-C hub can actually give you some pretty good value. So far, apart from, getting a bit hot, I haven't had any issues with this at all. You can just plug everything in, unplug it as you're going, and I've encountered no issues. So I can safely say that I'm going to be using this for as long as it'll last, hopefully. So for me at least, this is a perfect USB-C hub. It was cheap and it covers all the different ports that I need, and so for me, I just chuck this in my bag whenever I'm taking my laptop around, whether that's to school or just taking it around with me. And yeah, I can definitely recommend this to you as well if you're interested. I'll leave a link in the video description. There are a lot of different USB-C hubs out there, but for me at least, this was the perfect blend of, functionality, having all these different ports. The actual design looks nice as well, and the price comes in pretty cheap as well. So I can definitely recommend this to you, and if you're interested, I encourage you to check it out and learn a bit more about it at the link in the video description. Apart from that though, thank you for watching another episode of ChinaTech, and I would like to hear from you. Yes, you. Some suggestions for some future videos. I'm interested to hear what kind of videos you want to see. Apart from that though, if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. Thank you for watching another episode of ChinaTech, and I'll catch you in the next video.